Hi everyone, in this section we will talk about character arrays, and if you can see from the syntax they are very similar to integer arrays, but there are some differences in the behavior of character arrays as compared to integer arrays. So all those points we will discuss. I will show you a demo. So if you want to create a character array which stores a list of characters, so this is how you can declare. So the data type is char followed by the name of the array followed by the size. Then you can also do initialization, but this kind of initialization is not recommended. Why? Because when you will try to print these characters, you will get something like a b c followed by some garbage values. So the way cout function works, it actually starts from the left and it will try to print all the characters till you find a null in the memory, till you find a box in which the value is 0. Okay, it will keep on printing till that particular point. So this is a change in behavior as compared to integer arrays with the character arrays. So ideally what you should do is, when you're doing an initialization of a character array, you should terminate it with a null character. Okay, so this null character has a 0 value, so you're storing this character inside this character array. Okay, this is called as termination by a null character. So you should always terminate a character array with a null character. And another way of initializing a character array is by writing this, and if you write this, it automatically adds a null character at the end of this particular array. Okay, so I hope you understood the differences between these four initializations, and let us also see how we can do input and output of a character array. Okay, so I will go back to Sublime, and here let's try to create a character array, and maybe I just call it as A, B, D, and let's say C. Okay, and let me try to print this particular array. Okay, so unlike integer array, if you want to put a for loop for printing, you can do that, but you can also simply do cout A and this will work. Okay, so let's build the code and let's run this program, and it's /character arrays. Okay, so now although it is giving me the right output, it is A, B, D, C, because it's a matter of chance that my memory has a null character just after C. Okay, but in some cases you will not get a null this kind of output. You may end up getting garbage values as well. Okay, maybe let me try with a different example, E, F, G, H, and possibly we may see some garbage. Okay, now you can see A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and 5. So this 5 is coming from where? I don't know. This is a garbage value. This is coming because we have not terminated our character array with a null character. Okay, so we should terminate it with a null character like this. Now let's run the code, and if I show to you, now you can see we are getting the right output. Okay, so now I think you understood the difference between the initialization without null and with null. You should always do this initialization by adding a null character at the end. Okay, so A, B, H, null. And another thing we could have done is, instead of writing it like this, we could have simply written A, B, C, D, E, H, D, E, G, H, I, whatever it is. So if I run this code, this will also give me the right output, because when you use double quotes, it does the correct initialization. It does not add garbage at the end. Okay, and this size, it is automatically adjusted according to the number of elements you have in this particular list. So one thing we can do is, there are some inbuilt functions. I think you can include this file C string. So one is called strlen a. Okay, and another is cout size of A, that you already know. So let us try to see what these two functions give us. Now one is giving us 8 and another is giving us 9. Can you figure out why this is happening? Okay, so length basically means the number of characters we have. So let's count: A, B, C, D, E, G, H, I. So we have 8 number of characters in this. So this is going to give us the number of visible characters we have. But in actually, as I discussed, at the memory level, this also adds a null by default. Okay, so this is actually one more than the number of characters we have, because each character take 1 byte, and we are also storing null because of null character. So that is why we can say that the size, the memory occupied by this particular string is 1 unit more than what we have in the length. Okay, so I hope you understood this one. Now one thing we can more do is we can also take this array as an input. So let me make another array char b, and let me say it can take up to 100 letters. So we can say c in b, and we can also say c out b. Okay, so let me build the code and try to show it to you. Let me say hello world. Okay, and you can see we are getting this output hello world. Okay, and maybe I should put a endl here. So in order to read a character array, we don't need to put a for loop. We can simply do it using cin as well. Okay, but there is one problem with cin that we will see how to handle it in the next lecture. I will show you the problem. So if I say hello space world, although this is one string that can fit inside this particular array, but we will only see hello as an output. Okay, so we are seeing only hello as output. So in the next 2-3 lectures, we will discuss what are the various ways in which we can take input and when to use which way of taking input for character arrays. Okay, so I hope the basics of character arrays are now clear to you, and see you in the next lecture.